First of all, I want to apologize. I like to do that because I'm a great respecter of time, but sometimes things come up. But some of you have been here since 8 a.m. in the morning. I really want to sincerely apologize on behalf of the committee, the board of trustees, the management of the university. I want to apologize, and I want to assume my apology has been accepted. This morning, once again. So back to the protocol. President Board of Trustees who is not here, the representative of the Minister of Post and Telecoms. The Minister is a very, very great friend of ICT University. She never says no. And she's one of the most humble ministers I've met across the continent. She wants to listen. She works all year round. I remember we tried, numerous times to have her to come take a bit of rest in the US. She always tells us, it's always work. But thank you, representative of the minister, for being here today. I'm very sure if she was, if she had a bit of for being here. I want to especially welcome all our guests, right, from outside Yaoundé and outside Cameroon. I have Dr. Valentine Che all the way from the United Kingdom here. He's always been here since 2024. Every year he's been here. Welcome Dr. Valentine Che. My very good brother here, Felix, right, all the way from Douala. I would say even Ethiopia. Felix is here this morning. I know some of you know Felix very well. Felix from India. You can stand up. Yeah, yeah. Welcome, welcome so much. I will leave the keynote speaker for later, but welcome to everyone for being with us this morning for this year's edition of ICT for Africa Summit and Tech Innovation Challenge. I'll just try to say brief about the history of ICT for Africa because some of you probably you just heard about ICT for Africa just 3 weeks ago or 6 months ago. ICT for Africa actually started in 2008 in Nigeria, right? We had the first conference in Nigeria, but then it was just an academic conference. It was so boring, right? People don't want to sit down in academic conferences, all year round, year in, year out. And a lot of people have said, some of these academic conferences don't even generate impact to the community. So we had it all the way from 2008. I think 2015 we were in Cameroon. That's about 11 years ago. Some of you may be in primary school. I'm talking about the young ones here. Right, in 2015, we had it in Cameroon, and we took it to Uganda, United States. We were taking it around the entire continents of the world. And in 2024, we decided to bring it back to Cameroon. And this time, we decided to include the summit, right? Something new beyond the just the academic conference where researchers could just come present papers and everyone goes home, right? So we thought about it. How do we impact the community, right? How do we impact young ones? And we included the summit in 2024. As if that was not enough, right? We got positive responses from 2024. We had it at Hotel Monfebe. In 2025, we said, how can we further develop and encourage young people beyond just, accomplished people, researchers who are just going to be presenting theories, findings. Then we decided to include the Technology Innovation Challenge, focusing more on young people, encouraging young people. This is the era of technology, whether we like it or not. It doesn't matter your discipline, and I tell people accounting, finance, agriculture, economics, engineering, everyone, needs to leverage technology to be successful in this 2026, and beyond. So we introduced the Technology Innovation Challenge last year, but last year we had only the high school students, right? Secondary school students. Was the winner of last year? Are they here? The team here from last year? Okay, they are not present today, right? Last year we had the Technology Innovation Challenge over the course of 2 days. Secondary school students presenting interesting innovation, technologies. I was amazed. Some of them have already developed their products already. It's not like product. So it was already a working product last year, and the winner went for the
500,000 francs and costly the board of trustees of the ICT. Can we give a round of applause for anywhere in the world? But I mean, we do our best to subsidize these and make sure everyone, affordability, so that everyone is involved, so that everyone can be here. A round of applause again what we decided to do based on the success of last year was to introduce the University Challenge, to bring the university students also here to come and present their products, to come and present their solutions to us over the course of 3 days. We have a panel of judges here, and I want to mention here that although I will talk about this tomorrow, the panel of judges are independent. I'll make sure that we have a personal relationship with the participants, and if any one of them comes to me tonight and says they have a personal relationship, I'm going to report the panel. So it's going to be independent, not objective, judge or jury. And I trust them the jury last year did an excellent job, and I trust them this year will also do an excellent job. So this year we have decided to coin these Africa's next gen innovators, driving innovation for inclusive development. Right? We want to foster inclusion. Everyone is involved. It doesn't matter your background. We've seen people from nothing to a technology product. Agriculture, finance and education, fintech and education. So we expanded to 4 sectors this year, and I can't wait to see your solutions. And finally, I want to appreciate the organizing committee for putting this together. I am not based there; they are on the ground. They have been doing all the running around. I just, direct them and tell them what to do. A round of applause for the organizing committee. this is going to be a conversation. So, back home we say we know each other. The reason why I want to start with that is I know some of you are familiar with that unstable electricity. Picture yourself as that young man or that young lady as we have this conversation before the end. Now, all of you are winners in one. Now, all of you are winners in one way or the other for having made it to this room. So it's not about who leaves this hall with a certificate, who leaves this hall with a trophy, who leaves this hall with a sum of money. And as much as there is so much influence, there is a victory way more powerful than that, and that is the connection that you do among yourselves. When you leave this hall as partners, when you leave this hall as collaborators, when you leave this hall as a dreamer, that the idea or the project that you presented here can save that young man or that young woman somewhere needing connectivity or infrastructure to make sure that their dreams come to life. Or that woman, perhaps at a farm or at of innovation, or individuals who invent, and individuals who invent, and individuals who try to lead the world.